Stunnaman02, how's it going?
Man, life is beautiful, man. Enjoying everything, best life I ever lived. We having fun, man. We in the heat, because we heating up, you know what I'm saying?
Man, that's what's up, man.
Hell
So,
yeah.
I see out there doing your thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Doing some good numbers out there with the videos.
Yeah, I feel like it's more about the impact, really. Feel me? We working on the numbers, but we really impacting, everybody playing our music everywhere in the West Coast, the South getting hip to us, East Coast, they send us videos in New York. Man, they in Dubai and, feel me, France out there in Paris tapping in with us now, you feel me? And it all started in the Bay, so, it's exciting.
Speaking of the Bay, where are you from?
San Francisco, California. Specifically the neighborhood, Harlem of the West, Fillmore. I moved to Hunters Point when I was 11, moved back to the Mo. So you feel me? Like one of my illustrious colleagues says, gonna go global, some more of it. You know what I mean? We out here and we global with it.
What's the neighborhood Harlem?
Harlem is a neighborhood in New York, you feel me? But Harlem of the West, feel me? There was a diaspora of black people in Manhattan, which is where Harlem is actually at. They moved to San Francisco because it was more affluent type of accessibility and more things they could level up on, basically. You know that song, The Jeffersons Moving On Up? They came to the West Coast basically to do that. It was a whole bunch of opportunities. And the neighborhood they came to was specifically the Fillmore district, as well as the Naval Shipyard in Hunters Point. So, I'm saying? People from the South went more to Hunters Point. People from Harlem, East Coast, went to Fillmore. So, that's where we get a lot of our origin from, you know what I'm saying? A lot of our sauce and swag. Steez, as they would say it in New York.
Well, that's what's up, man. And what was it like for you growing up there?
Man, life was beautiful, you feel me? I didn't know necessarily that life was any different, or I didn't know that San Francisco had one of the biggest disparity gaps in the whole United States, and internationally disparity gaps, I mean like the difference between poverty and wealth. But you feel me, in my neighborhood it felt like everybody was rich because the culture was rich, you know what I'm saying? We knew our presence, we knew that we was black. Beyond the people who wasn't black, they knew who they was. Everybody spoke a different language if you wasn't black. You feel me? You was immersed in the community. Beyond that, I didn't know we didn't have money. I didn't know money was important until I got to like 6th grade, until I was 11, when I got a scholarship to go to private school, you know what I'm saying? And when I went there, the person's house was in Pack Heights. That's a neighborhood kind of in the Fillmore district, Western Addition, to where their house or their living room was bigger than my house, you know what I'm saying? So, it's crazy. Yeah, so man, it was a dope experience. You feel me? It taught me a lot. It taught me how to stay on my toes. Taught me to be aware of my surroundings. Taught me how to understand people. But it also taught me respect. You know what I'm saying? It was different. It was a different era. I grew up from I was born in the 90s, and I got to grow through a lot of different areas that are historic. You feel me? Early 2000s. Also the hyphy movement. That's one of the biggest things that ever happened in the Bay Area. Then going through that all the way through the social media area. It was dope. And then San Francisco is up the street from Silicon Valley. So it's like we got to see these things that were impacting the world. You feel me? Even if you put it into an entertainment standpoint, seeing the Warriors go from, one of the worst teams in the league to just winning the NBA Finals and winning multiple things. So we lived through a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? So it was a dope experience, fun, well-rounded, you know what I mean?
That's what's up, man.
Hell yeah.
What was high school like for you?
Oh, lit. So when I was in middle school or elementary school, my mom was big on, shout out to my mom, she was big on just staying academically inept. Always being on point with your academics. For that, I tested high in elementary school, and my grades was always on point. So I ended up getting a scholarship not only in middle school, but as well as high school. So I went to Sacred Heart Cathedral Preparatory, Catholic, private school, and that changed my life. It saved my life essentially because I lived in what was quote unquote the worst parts in San Francisco, but I'm going to school in the best parts of San Francisco. So it's like it met me in the middle. It kept me balanced, and high school was lit. We was throwing parties, so I'm making money. I had a job. I played sports, so I'm in shape. You know what I'm saying? And then we just doing everything possible you could do in the city. Like we everywhere, feel me, traveling, enjoying life. And that was a good time in San Francisco. That was like 2008 to 2012 because it was right after the hyphy movement, but the city was still electric. It wasn't gentrified yet, so you could still be outside. You could still be on the bus. Things were more affordable. You could come outside with $10 and you feel me, make it shake. Now you come outside with $10. I don't know if you could get past, feel me, get to downtown with that. But it was a dope experience. I got to experience a lot. I think people don't really get to experience like partying and being outside, enjoying life. It was dope, man. If you ain't never been to San Francisco, man, that's where it's at. Bay Area in general, Northern California, whole West Coast lit. You know what I'm saying?
What was the hyphy movement like? during that time?
It was dope. It was just if I was to simplify it to one word, it was electricity. You know what I'm saying? Like every time you step out, the air feel different, tastes different. You know what I'm saying? Gunna really lived through it. Gunna, copy in here real quick, man. Let them know what's up, man. Tell them about the hyphy movement real time. Because Gunna was really enjoying life. One might say he was active during this time. He's still active, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, he'll explain it. But for me, it was just, but for me, it was just like, it was surreal, you know. When you come outside, people had that, feel me, that flamboyancy, you know. It's called flamboasting, you know what I'm saying? Going everywhere, you got that energy to you. Your shoulders rolling, the words rolling. You got that in you know what I'm saying? You out here just moving, and it was just about. It wasn't a bravado, but it was a confidence. It wasn't arrogant, but it was like, man, we got this energy, we having fun, and it was a mist of, you know, just hyphy is a mist of, to me, like something to where it's like you are confident and you are energetic, but you're not doing necessarily anything to want to harm somebody. That it might have got there to a certain place, you know what I'm saying? But you know, it's still lit. So you know, but the hyphy movement was lit. I definitely feel like it impacted the culture.
Mob this shit out.
Yeah. Definitely feel like it impacted culture. You know what I'm saying? Can you hear him when he talking? Say something real quick.
Yeah, man. Can you see me? We live in the flesh, man. We talk about the hyphy movement. Understand? I'm gonna make a brief appearance. I go by Gunna Goes Global. It was created by a bunch of men and women who couldn't get in the club because it was strict dress codes back in the day. And honestly, we didn't own a lot of black clubs in the city, in the town, in the Rich, in the V, in the Bay. So what we said is we already got the soundtrack, you feel me? We is the culture. So what we gonna do is we're gonna take it to the parking lots, we're gonna take it to the freeway, we're gonna take it to the gas stations, and we gonna mob. Then, you feel me, the media got involved, and then they coined it the hyphy movement. Before that, man, we was just mobbing out there, all ages, no ID, doing what we want to do, you feel me, and we changed the whole world because you already know, man, the birthplace of damn near everything is the gay area.
Yeah! Man, quick celebrity appearance real quick. You know he had to get that cameo, man, so he could explain it right, man. Yeah, so hyphy was lit. We still hyphy, but we just rebranded it, you feel me? It's lit now, you know what I'm saying? And we looking for that next generation gonna come up with another term that take it to another level, you know? That's what the Bay Area is. The sauce is affluence. It's the epitome of innovation and cultivation, you know what I'm saying?
What about Ghost Ride the Whip?
Man, that's still, that's in effect, you know what I'm saying?
I'm behind the camera, man. Ghost Riding the Whip come from Critty Bo, from Ghost Town, man. You feel me? R.I.P. to Critty Bo, man. He invented that, man. He had a van back in the day. And what he did is he slowed that thing down, got out on the driver's side and was walking. That's why it's called Ghost Riding the Whip, man. Ghost Town. R.I.P. to Critty.
Man, R.I.P. to Critty, man. You put your car in neutral. You get to a smooth speed, put the car in neutral, you let it roll, you know what I'm saying? You're not doing too much. You don't want to get up to 60. Then how you going to bounce out and look smooth with it? Get into a cool speed. Your car walk itself, you know what I'm saying? If you really got them bars, really want to navigate, you can handle your whip. Put it in neutral, you hop out, you feel me? You do your thing. You might go have to run to the corner store, roll real quick, you know what I'm saying? If you really play with it. So, you know, that's Ghost Riding the Whip, you know what I'm saying? It look like Casper driving, something like that. So, you know, that's that Ghost Riding the Whip, having that presence, having them bars, swinging whips, you know what I'm saying? Having that control. Not everybody can swing a whip. It takes diligence, persistence, and determination to really get behind that thing, learn how to drive stick, really having fun, doing your thing, bro. It's really just our driving and how we moving is just our personification through the whip, you know what I'm saying? It's how we put our ism, it's how we put our style and our flair through the whip, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, ain't nothing too difficult or crazy to comprehend, you know what I'm saying? It's just something that's how we extend. It's our way of celebration. It's our way of expressing ourselves, you know what I'm saying? It's hyphy. But, you know, Bay Area, even though we done moved on from that, we still got that in us, you know what I'm saying? The whole culture, that's how it's supposed to be. Like, you know, Atlanta's still crunk. They just rebranded it, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah.
Were you in high school during this time, or was
I was in like elementary, middle school. So, you know, I wasn't necessarily taking part. I was coming of age, but I'm still like a byproduct of it, you know what I'm saying? Because you still, even though you might not be there outside doing everything, you still living through it. You still got big homies that's enjoying life, like how Gunna just came in, told you about it. He was living through it, you know what I'm saying? You still got, feel me, people you raised around, mentored by, who really lived through it, and that's your influences, you know what I'm saying? So, you know. Yeah, high school, I was more like I was more like the jerking era, you know what I'm saying? I was more like feel me, that jerking era to when HBK was popping. So that's a heavy influence because our time was like fun. You know what I'm saying? Hyphy movement was just like we lit in every spectrum. The era I grew up in was, man, we're going to have fun. We're going to enjoy life. It's a party. That's when like Wiz Khalifa, Big Sean, all these people who was putting out real positive music was coming up. And I was like, damn, you can be from these areas and still be positive. And that had a big impact on me. Like I Am Sue, P-Lo, feel me, all the whole HBK show, Banger, you know what I'm saying? All these beautiful people, you know what I'm saying? Kaylani was coming up. It was dope, man. It was dope.
What were some of your hobbies growing up in San Francisco?
Sports, you feel me? Going out.
Play?
Everything until high school. I play everything from, man, football to badminton. That's soccer, basketball. Shoot, only thing I didn't really do was run track. And when I got to high school, I tried it. But I was like, oh, yeah, this is not for me. This is too hard. Which, if I encourage anybody to do any sport, run track. That'll literally change your life, you know what I'm saying? But when I got to high school, I was football oriented, lifting, waking up at 6 a.m., staying on it, diet on point, you know what I'm saying? I enjoyed it, but like you said, it was a hobby, you know what I'm saying? I didn't take it serious. If I would have seen where football could go, or in high school, they got these NILs type of things where I think a recruit just got $9.5 million to go to Miami. Shout out to you, man, but you can pay these kids to go to school now. That's dope, and you can build a brand off of social media. That's hella cool. But, you know, that was my hobbies. I loved acting, you know what I'm saying? And it's dope that I loved it in high school and came into it now. So that was my hobbies. And for sure, throwing parties, just having fun, being outside. I mean, we threw a party like, we either went to a party or threw a party every other weekend. So that times was half of 52, do that times 4 years. That's what I was doing, man, having fun. Took that into college, went to New Orleans, had fun out there too, came back, got in a movie, went back to school, feel me, got my BS in neurological psychology, and now we here right now, man, making music, still making movies, and just manifesting everything we want to do, you know what I'm saying? That's it.
And at what point did you start rapping?
Man, I think I made my first song in 2009. It was in my partner Jesse B house, Freedom West. I mean, he was making music with everybody that was coming up. Rapping Forte daughter, Lil Forte, you know, Roach Gigs, you know what I'm saying? They had me in a room, not them, but Jesse B did with a couple of our partners, and they all on the song like, come on, Stunna, you gotta rap. My name been Stunnaman02 at this point. They like, hey, man, hop on this. And I'm like, I'm nervous. I don't want to do it. But they like, come on, come on. I get on there, and then I was hooked after that. Then I'm freestyling at the lunch table, having hella fun, going through school, just having fun with it. It was a relief and express for me. Took it serious in 2016 and been on it every day ever since. You know what I'm saying?
Stunnaman02.
Yes, sir.
So your song, sweeping through the Bay Area,
lit,
sweeping through California.
Lit.
We see Steph Curry hitting it. Yep. And all this. What is the origins of actually Big Steppin'?
Oh,
and then what project is that on? And we also want to understand, where do you see yourself 6 months from now with that song? So it's 3 questions I just asked. Man. Where does it come from? How did we get here?
So Big Steppin' is a movement. It's a mindset. Still winning lifestyle, man. You know what it is. That's the brand. If you don't know what it is, I just told you. You know what I'm saying? It's keeping positivity and pushing that. You know what I'm saying? Beyond that, you elevate in every way. Big Steppin' came from a dance that, you feel me, I saw a specific neighborhood doing. I was living in Hunters Point. So you feel me? In Hunters Point, they teach you how to learn how to work buns. If you from the Bay, you know we dance with the opposite sex. And when you male, feel me, you working some buns, you getting on your tippy toes with it. You getting saucy with it, you know what I'm saying? That's where the origins of yiking and everything came from. Then there's a particular block, 800 in Fillmore, that used to hit this dance called the Swabbage Patch. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's called, right? Swabbage Patch. Savage, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Mac Dre. What's other brother name that came with it?
Diddy, he be going crazy.
Yeah,
with
Diddy,
Stupid Swoop.
Yeah,
shout
Stupid.
out to Stupid Swoop.
Stupid. You know what I'm saying? G Parkway, Sacramento, you feel me? They hit this dance called the Savage Patch, Swabbage Patch, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? I saw the youngsters that's around my age from the 8 hitting it in the parties, you know, and I thought, oh, they was hitting that saucy, but I ain't want to bite them, you know what I'm saying? So I started doing my own thing. So I'm living in Hunters Point, but I'm from the Mo, you know what I'm saying? And I'm getting the love from both. So I'm in the parties working buns, and then I just took that on my own one and started hitting it like this. It's a simple dance because I'm not a dancer, but I like to dance, you know what I'm saying? So coming from that, I've been hitting that dance since I was like 13 years old. In the music video, the editors, everybody in there, shout out God's Child, shout out Still Winning Media. They like, man, that dance is hard, but you got to keep doing it. I was like, man, I got you. They edited throughout the video, and as the video dropped, a lot of fans were saying, bro, that dance is hilarious, that dance is dope. You need to keep doing that. One of my management at the time, they was like, man, you need to do this 30-day challenge and my management now, shout out to Depp, you feel me? They was basically like, bro, you need to go around and hit this like how Junebug was hitting it. Everybody know the Junebug challenge. So in the process of that, I just like, man, let me try something different. Started doing that. I was like, I'm gonna try it for 30 days. You know what I mean? Did it for 30 days, went to different places. By the time it was like day 10 or 15, people all over the Bay is tapping in. E40, Capolo, Neftafaro, just multiple people tapping in. I'm having fun doing it. You know, it just brought like fun to the music. You know what I mean? By then, we kept going, we kept building, and that's all off the I Gotta Feel It project. That's what the I Gotta Feel It means. Like, you putting your feeling into what you doing. So we took elements of hip hop that really are hip hop, dancing and involving and interacting with the crowd beyond, or interacting with your audience beyond that, just the music, and the song is lit. You know what I'm saying? So we just put these elements together, which impacts, or is coming off the whole project. I Gotta Feel It. It's an energetic project. It's gonna get you up. It's gonna get you moving. It's gonna get you thinking, but it's also fun and enjoyable. You know what I'm saying?
But I just researched, did some research on it. We want to know.
Steph Curry hit that bitch too.
How did you get Steph Curry, Jack Harlow, E40 to hit the big Steppin', and then we saw that one of the players from the Bengals in the Super Bowl was hitting it. So let us know how that came about and how you were able to make these connections.
Hey man,
and really just take it over.
I appreciate you diving deep and staying impacted with it, man. But Joe Mixon hit that. That was, bro, hit it after he threw that touchdown. Shout out to Joe Mixon, real pedestrian. Man, it was just consistency and persistence, man. Doing that shit every day, doing it for over a year now. We on day like 375 or something crazy like that. And it was just believing in myself and not letting somebody tell me what was hot, or not letting somebody say, oh, you got to do this, this, and that. Stepping out of my comfort zone, stepping out of the box, and keep doing it every day. Eventually, you continue to do something, it's only going to go, things going to go as far as you want it to go. And I'm going to keep pushing it. And every week, something new happens. When a month ago, we performed at the Warriors halftime show, Game 6, when they played the Memphis Grizzlies. You know what I'm saying? Beyond that, you're like, damn, what's the next thing that could happen? Last week, Warriors won the championship. Now, not only Juan, Chioza, GP2, the whole team, Jordan Poole, Draymond, everybody hitting big stepping. Clay in there hitting big stepping. That's the finals MVP, man. So, man, my community, my region embraced me, and they helped me push it, because at the end of the day, as long as I'm pushing, they only going to enhance what I'm doing. Now, you can see Steph. I'm not going to take credit. I think Steph is hella ingenious, dope. You see him, he branded something that he was doing, the night. You know what I'm saying? He took a shirt, put it on there. Now the whole, not just NBA or people in the NBA do it. You got everybody across different sports is doing it.
So would you say in the Bay Area, it's would you say the Bay Area is trendsetters for what they do? Because we see that's the music, that's the NBA, but it's influential across all spaces. To go a little deeper, what I Gotta Feel It, we see that was a collaborative project. After that, you dropped Feel More with the artist by the name of Gunna Goes Global. After that, you dropped a project with Drew Banger, which has a song Outside. But before we get to Outside, you got a song on Feel More called In the Bay. So is there a pattern of you being a part of successful songs?
Man, I think it's just the energy, man. People don't understand, but energy is currency for real, man. So it's like at the end of the day, when you have this energy right, it can translate to something that might be bigger than money. You know what I'm saying? This impact and this influence. In the Bay, man, it's really no song that encompasses the whole region. The Bay is interesting. We're not entitled, but there's so many big cities in there. You got Oakland. Hold on real quick. This is my push-up. Every time I do an interview,
we notice it's contagious because one phone went off and the other one went off.
Exactly, man. It's a contagious type of energy. It is big phone party.
You set the tone.
Yeah, you set the tone. Shout out to Cam Capone for setting the tone. But yeah, this is my push-up meter, man. Hit that shit every hour. I've been chilling today, but we're going to put that over there while we talk about this. But yeah, just influence. The Bay got major cities in it, multiple major cities. So it's like, it's always people repping for their city, but we got to rep for the region, you know what I'm saying? And this dope artist named Gunna Goes Global, I think he might be behind the camera asking me some questions. He came with this hook that was just energetic, and it talked about cities that had never been talked about before. Nobody really shouting out EPA, but why not? They one of the dopest, biggest cities out, man. Nobody shouting out Hayward, but why not? People are from Hayward, so you know we locked in with that, and it's just the energy I was able to bring to the song was just like, man, I'm representing my region, and I want us all to win. So that carried. We didn't really put no promo on that song, but now the whole Bay slapping that, NBA Warriors slapping that. You know what I'm saying? We performed it at a halftime show, so you see the natural energy, and then, man, it's summertime. It's big. Drew Banger from Oakland. We outside, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Drew Banger. We see that he hooked up with Spotify. We see he's a norm at Empire. He's just doing his thing, representing the city of Oakland. And shout out to him.
If you don't know Drew Banger, you're not tapped into the Bay Area West Coast scene, man. He done worked from everybody from the Bay, from anybody from me or any upcoming artist, all the way to G-Eazy, E40, Too Short, K-Lonnie, anybody you think that's really up there in the mainstream, you know what I'm saying?
So the name of the project, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's called It's Big. And I noticed you've got a song with Lil Kayla. She's one of the biggest in California. Then you've got a song with J.R. Benz, who's one of the biggest in the region. How did you collaborate with these two artists? And again, why is it that there is a pattern with your music of sonically just invoking energy?
Oh man, so it's big. That's the mindset. We was in Paris, France. You know what I mean? I'm with Gunna, I'm with Ace. You know what I mean? We denounced the word little. It's the big mindset. Everything is big, man. Even if it's something small, it's still big because it's impactful. Man, I had to lock in with Lil Kayla, the biggest female artist in the West Coast, man. You could argue with your mom, you know what I'm saying? But she's definitely dope. Shout out to all the female artists doing their thing. But Lil Kayla, she's from my city, so I love her. Her energy is on point. We had to get roll with it, inspired by that New Orleans bounce song. Shout out to Drew Banger for busting down the beat, taking that sample and taking it on one. Beyond that, man, J.R. Benz was one of the hottest coming out of Oakland, and his energy was genuine. Man, one of the most unique voices I ever heard since Keek the Sneak. Man, so we had that energy as came together, handstand, and we locked in. Definitely got a budding project on the way that's definitely going to take you on one and just make you feel. That's what we want to do, man. That's why the project is entitled Feel More. That's why the project is entitled I Gotta Feel It. Because a lot of times with this music, man, it's cookie cutter, no shade to nobody else. But what we doing, man, we coming from our souls, man. We allowing our intelligence to blend with how we feel in our heart, and we putting that in the music, man. So shout out to them.
Okay. So more questions to get to the Midwest and the East Coast, and the South. How do you connect with artists like Sadababy? Because we saw you make a clip on social media. We haven't been able to actually hear the song. How do you connect with an artist like Sadababy? And then how do you connect with a prolific, legendary producer like Little John? And how are those relationships currently, and when can we anticipate hearing the music?
Man, the music is coming soon, man. Sadababy, man. Shout out to the boy, bro. Early, like the first month. Remember I said I was doing like that first 30 days of Big Steppin'? The boy is one of the people, like the first 10, 20 days, he reposted my song. Or he reposted me Big Steppin'. Then from there, Sadababy reposted a clip. Then we did a show with him and Skilla Baby, man. Shout out to both of them. And I don't think a lot of people knew my face was attached to the song. And you know, Detroit and the Bay, we like cousins, you feel me? So I performed the song while we was on the same bill performing, and then they came out the room and they was like, oh, that's Stunnaman, that's Big Steppin'. So we locked in from there. Sadababy showed nothing but love, hopped in the studio, busted down a dope verse, and then put that on there. Olay, you know what I'm saying, it's coming out very soon. Shout out to Sada with the energy. Shout out to Skilla Baby, they whole team, man. And beyond that, you know, just being in the studio at Empire, just staying locked in, being at the right place at the right time, led to not only something like that happening, but also led into locking in with Lil Jon, man. We locked in, we created like 4 songs in a span of maybe 6 hours, you know, just locked in 6 to 8 hours. We was just getting it in, man. That was one of my favorite producers and just personas growing up, because his energy was always big on the record. Not only did he produce it and work with engineering it, but he putting his vocals on there, yelling, and just had that energy. I love that shit. So, you know, locking in with him was dope, and he was just respecting my beyond my craft, but who I was as a person. Likewise, I did with him, man. Just coming together with that, man, just being at the right place at the right time. It was a whole bunch of being persistent, staying on my shit, being consistent, and then just being lucky. Right place at the right time. You know what I'm saying?
We got Detroit, we got Atlanta.
Yes.
We noticed you've been making a huge impact in LA. From DJ Charisma to Just Incredible, being in rotation.
Hell yeah.
Consistently
Shout out
getting
LA.
a lot of love from LA, which, you know, isn't the easiest thing for Bay Area, but it seems like you guys are bridging the gap. A lot of Bay to LA, Sac to the Bay to Stockton. How did that come about where you're getting love from artists from Sacramento, Stockton, and then all the way in LA?
Man, shout out the Midwest, shout out the South, shout out the East Coast, but we from the West Coast, man. One of the biggest things that I feel like every artist or people want to do is you want to blow up at home. So I'm fortunate to be growing through that right now. West Coast, man, Bay Area, we got this kind of like, I'm not gonna say everybody, it's a separatist mentality. They feel like, man, if you're not from where I'm from, feel me, I can't necessarily rock with you like that. But at the end of the day, when you look at it at a grand scheme, man, the West Coast was powerful when it was the whole West Coast. Of course, I'm a rep where I'm really, like, I'm a rep all the way down to my city and my region, but everything, but it's all West Coast, and we live at a special time where these DJs and these artists have been embracing me, because I look at the bigger picture and be like, man, if we leave California, man, we are the most similar than anybody else, so why not be close? If we leave America, man, we still locked in with each other, and man, going on a global type mindset trip, or going on a global type trips have helped me see that, you know what I'm saying? Have helped me interact with people, and they just been embracing me. Genuine energy, being able to sit down and have a conversation with people and be like, man, what's up, man? We got similar goals, and man, we making good music and we doing great things. Why not connect? So shout out to LA, shout out to the whole West Coast for just embracing me and telling me not only that I'm genuine, but beyond that, believing in me and believing in my craft. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, it appears as if things are going beyond great.
Man.
The women love you, the children love you,
man,
the elders love you. We gotta ask, how did you get Saweetie to hit the big step?
Oh man, Saweetie was dope, man. So shout out to the Niners organization for inviting me to the NFC Championship game in LA. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately we lost, but I connected with a whole bunch of people. Hunter Pence, and just great. Nick, what's brother that be fighting? You know what I'm saying? The MMA fighter.
I have no idea.
But shout out to Nick. I know his first name, man. He go crazy though. Shout out to them, and just shout out to everybody I met over there. But we just saw Saweetie in there, and you know, I didn't want to be a groupie, because you know Saweetie's presence is definitely elevated. She has that glow when she walk around, and you know she attracts that attention in any place. So you know, I didn't want to push up on her or do nothing crazy. We had a natural interaction. Her folks knew who I was. They was excited to meet me. Then speaking, I was like, man, Saweetie, you know I need you to hit this one time for the Bay. You feel me? She's like, come on, man. And I fuck with Saweetie. Anything you want to say about her, you know what I'm saying, whatever, her persona, where she really from, about her music, fuck all that. She knows how to brand herself. She stayed consistent. She stayed working, and beyond that, she's a dope person. Feel me? She was like, of course I'm gonna hit it with you. So we big step, had a dope interaction, dope conversation. All her people was hella cool, hella loving, just that Northern California Bay Area energy, man. And that was refreshing, because a lot of times when we step in these mainstream or these industry type places, you get a lot of people who move in a facade type way. Like, what can you do for me? Why am I even talking to you? And if I don't know your status, why do I need to interact with you? You know what I'm saying? Didn't get that from her camp, and from her, it was genuine. It's like, man, you really moving. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy life. So shout out to Saweetie.
Really phenomenal. So you've got the biggest athletes in the NBA hitting the big stepping. Shout out to Draymond Green. We also saw him partaking in it.
Shout out to Draymond. That's my guy.
On the biggest platform in the NFL, people are hitting the big stepping.
Man, shout out to everybody. Shout out to Niners. Shout out to Joe Mixon, the Bengals. Everybody embrace it. Taiwan Jones, man. Everybody from the Bills hitting it. Man, just shout out to everybody.
You got some of the biggest artists across multiple genres hitting the big stepping.
Man, come on, man.
So with all that being said, as I did some more research, what invokes you to participate in a middle school, elementary, high school tour to give back to the youth in San Francisco and surrounding cities in the Bay Area? Being that it's no financial reward for you, as an artist, what made you take time out of your day to give back to the community?
Man, I feel like it was necessary. I mean, when I got my degree in psychology, you know what I'm saying? I got that because I went through bouts of depression. I went through just different things that our community don't necessarily shed light on. I know a lot of times growing up and generations before me, you know, it was a common thing to, like, you know, mental health is, or going through these hard mental health bouts is not a real thing. Or people would be like, oh, they try to pray it away. That's beautiful, you know what I'm saying? But you need therapists. You need people that you could go talk to. You need people that could diagnose this. Also, a lot of times when our kids or the kids from our communities is going to talk to these doctors, they're just prescribing the medicine, when really they just maybe need somebody to talk to, maybe need somebody to be at home and help handle them. And also, when these kids might not know or want to necessarily go talk to them, sometimes it's internal. You feel me? You got to learn how to do it. So me being 12 years old back in the day and hitting my first bout of depression, I was like, damn, had I had somebody who told me about what mental health was, what emotional regulation was, and taught me about working out, which a lot of people were telling me, but I wasn't listening, man, I might be a different person. So, you know, I got a platform now. I got a place to speak. So in that being said, why not use my influence to help influence the people who love and help me? So going to talk to the kids, man, that's rewarding in itself. You know what I'm saying? Going to talk to them and just letting them know, like, hey, if you have it, this is what mental health is. You know what I'm saying? This is what emotional regulation is. And find some coping mechanisms to help you get through the hard times, because everybody goes through them, from the most successful to the people who's just figuring life out. So, man, it was a dope experience. We did about 5 schools in San Francisco. This coming fall, 2022, we're going to do more schools. And then for the rest of my life, my goal is to be able to go through all the United States and really just hit as many schools as we can, and really just use this platform to impact and positively impact the kids.
That is a very noble cause. But before we wrap it up, I want to talk about, you've got one of the top 5 beverages. It's called O2 juice in the Bay Area. What's going on with distribution? This is a 3-part question. You've got a very popular hoodie in the Bay Area, and what's going on with taking that to the next level?
Facts.
And also your acting career.
Okay, thank you, man.
So juice, clothing, and acting.
So juice, we got O2 juice, man, a healthy alternative to soda, no alcohol, THC, CBD, caffeine, or cane sugar. In your nose like a booger. We call it limeade with a chain on it because it's sparkling, you know what I'm saying? So basically with that, man, I started off because I got chronic eczema. Man, I'm not trying to scratch and itch every time I want something good to drink. So I made a drink that I could drink, but it's also, I'm not going to say it's healthier than water, but it's healthier than a lot of these other drinks that's putting added sugar and a whole bunch of stuff you don't even know how to pronounce in there. We got that. We distributed to 4 stores in San Francisco and the Bay Area right now, and we finna go global soon. We working out the kinks with everything. We making sure everything is good so that when we go nationally and internationally, everybody can enjoy the drink with no hiccups. Beyond that, man, the merch still winning, man. That's the brand that always gonna be the brand. You know what I'm saying? Involvement with the Bay hoodie, curated by Gunna Goes Global, man. We just pushing this merch out, not only that people can have a tangible feel on what's the movement is, but beyond that, just having stuff to where it's like, man, I want something that looks good and make me look good. Man, we got hoodies, we got shirts. We're gonna go to all type of memorabilia and accessories, from all the way from socks to sandals to anything we might get you a hair tie or a lighter to get you right. Beyond that, acting, we did Last Black Man in San Francisco. We writing a whole bunch of films and shows right now, and we're getting into writing books right now. I know Gunna Goes Global, the man behind the camera, just finished his book, so you know, phenomenal. Like his juice that he producing is gonna come out to you very soon. But beyond that, acting is a big passion of mine. I just got signed by 2 acting agencies over this past year. I just did a TV show that I'm contractually obligated not to say what I'm on yet, but stay tuned this summer. But man, we just gonna keep doing a lot of independent things and keep pushing, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what the Bay is, an independent push, man. And it's a grind, but at the end of the day, we're gonna grind, because if you don't grind, you don't shine. Okay. So we're gonna keep pushing.
Well, former President Barack Obama listed the movie that you were in, The Last Black Man in San Francisco, as one of his favorites. Fact. How was that when you saw one of the biggest platforms in the genre post it and see the movie that you were directly involved in impact him? And shout out to Kendrick Lamar. I know this is a 2-part question.
Hell yeah.
Kendrick, we're talking about President Obama, former president, and Kendrick Lamar. The big step, Mr. Morale. So the influence and the impact that you're making both in acting and music, like simultaneously, do you feel like that has a connection, or is it just coincidence?
I mean, it's just the energy, man. Obama, it's full circle for me, man. Not compromising quality, not giving up on myself, and just keep pushing, man. When you got the quality, people are gonna enjoy it, man. The quality of Last Black Man in San Francisco, shout out to Joe, Jimmy, everybody involved in that. They made sure the quality was high and it was respected by people who love the craft. Beyond that, man, we've been big stepping, man. I'm not gonna front like I made up the word big stepping, but I feel like we popularized it, you know what I'm saying? We made a movement with it and off it. That don't mean we're the only people that can do it, but at the end of the day, it still influenced people. So much so that we're not going to say Kendrick Lamar saw me and did that, but, you know, he saw Last Black Man in San Francisco. Big stepping. We've been big stepping through the whole West Coast. So
it's safe to say he's got his ear to the street.
Facts. Kendrick is tapped in, you know what I'm saying? And that's a big thing you need to be when you're a mainstream artist. You don't want to lose that things that give you that edge, that give you that heart. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Morale and the big steppers, because Kendrick is a big stepper. He's going to put big steppers on there. So it's all a part of the movement. It's really a West Coast thing, a global thing. So, man, it's dope to do something, and then people who you respect you. People who you're fans of become fans of you. So that shit is hella dope, man. I couldn't ask for anything better, you know what I'm saying?
Great interview. I go by Gunna Goes Global.
I go by Stunnaman02.
Can we shout out the platform?
Hey, shout out Capone News, man. He give you all the greatest things as you coming up, man. And it's he not gonna end with it abrupt, man. But it's a nice touch. So come look us up real quick, man. Gunna Goes Global, Stunnaman02, man. We still winning. And for me, what else more I gotta say? I could say a whole bunch, but come find out about us. Come on. Oh yeah, do me a favor. Have a beautiful day.